You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, rolling. And 3, 2, 1, action!
Hey,
ShiblooCast. What up, homies and homettes? It's your homies, Brandon Lee, and
Devante Thomas.
we're on episode 5 now.
5.
And it's been a while since we've done a pod of just you and me, right?
Yeah.
It's probably been like close to a month. So we thought today that we would talk about our move to LA. So I'm originally from Minnesota, and you're from...
I'm from North Carolina.
So pretty much just like everyone else in LA, we're not actually from here. I feel like it's rare to know like actual LA natives, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, in the film industry especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think you and I have talked about like our move and everything, but we've only talked like briefly. So we wanted to like talk about it today because just would want to know what your life was more like back in North Carolina. So
Yeah, I'm curious about that too, because I've heard you say stories, but like I can't really. Oh fuck. Can't really like piece it together, you know?
yeah, I feel you. Yeah.
I want to see it from your perspective.
Actually, this was the thing I was going to tell you. I was telling Devante off camera. What sparked the idea was this morning. I came across an old journal. I was just feeling super nostalgic for some reason because I had like a super nostalgic dream. And I woke up and I found my old journal that was like in 2017. And that was the time that I was in college and I first started like getting into like acting classes in Minnesota, and that was around the time that I like was pursuing it and then moved to LA. And so it was just like super nostalgic, and I was so glad that I like wrote those journal entries because I looked back and I was like immediately it felt like a time machine, and I was like, yo, it's already been 5 years. And I'm like, damn, I like came a long way, man. But in hindsight it feels like yesterday, but then like as I was reading how I would write, like the whole spirit of the writing is completely different. Like I'm like, damn, I've changed a lot. Like, but I put some really dumb goals. Like one of them was like that I would be making $50K a month right now.
Well, shit.
And like,
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like, you know, part of me was like, damn, I didn't achieve that. But then there were so many other things that I wrote down that I did achieve. And then what I realized that I was most happy about was like how much I changed as a person, like how much I've grown as a person versus all this materialistic shit that I wrote down. You know what I mean? So like that kind of sparked that idea, and I would want to like know more of like what your mindset was before you moved out here too. But when exactly did you move to LA again?
I moved here. I've been saying 6 years for a while. I think it's still 6 years ago.
What year did you move?
So that was. That had to be.
Weren't you like 2 years before me?
Yeah, it was 2 years before you. So
16?
16.
Fall?
Yeah, 2016.
Yeah, I was fall of 2018. So. Damn.
Damn, it shouldn't have taken me that long to do math. Like, fuck. It needs that falling on my head.
Too. That's why we
Fuck
both
with
dropped off, homie. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I couldn't even say homie just now. I said homie. Is that a new Shibloo word? Homie.
Dude, by episode 20, I'm going to be like, hey.
We're going to be like those mumble rappers.
Right?
Migos. Skr. Easy money. Millionaires.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
Oh.
It's going to be great.
There's the Shibloo energy. What is it? I got a question for you. So, I think I know the brief answer for this, but like I guess the overall question is like, why did you move to LA? And like, what was like the mindset shift that happened between like, okay, I don't want to be in North Carolina anymore.
Okay. Well, This is where should I start from? Should I start from like where I was in North Carolina, like mentally, and then go from there, or should I just like kind of spark notes it?
Whatever you want to do, man.
Okay, well,
More details is better.
I will go into full depth. So like I said, I was born in North Carolina, and my mom is actually from California, and I have family over here. But before me and my sister were
LA?
born, yeah. Well, it's kind of close, like El Segundo area.
Oh, that's
around
right.
there.
Yeah.
So like before me and my sister were born, my parents decided to relocate us to North Carolina because they thought it would be a better place to raise kids.
Mm-hmm.
So we
Before
moved here.
you and Tony.
Yeah.
Okay, but your oldest sister was.
Yeah,
she born out
she
here?
was born in California too.
Oh, okay. And then how old was she when you guys moved? When they moved?
She's like 10 years older than me, so she had to be like 8. Because my other sister, she's 2 years older.
Okay, cool.
So she was a kid. And parents moved to North Carolina. Me and my sister were born. And my mom would always tell us stories about like what life was like in California. Like she would say like, everything's so close. Like we would just like walk down the street and go to like the 7-Eleven. And back then I was like, what? That's so crazy. That'd be so cool. Like I could just like walk down the street and buy some chips. Like I thought it's the coolest thing ever. And
It's like a fantasy land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like how the movies portray it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She just always tell us these stories, and that was the best place ever. So I always wanted to come here.
Mm-hmm.
And we visited one year just to like visit family and like kind of like just vacation.
How old were you around this time, you think?
I had to be like 15, 16.
Okay. So like high school, sophomore year.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And I loved it. Like we got to see everything. We like we went to this like cool hotel that like had a pool and there's like, palm trees, and I was like, whoa, this is awesome. It was sunny, and then like we like walked down Sunset Boulevard and got to see all that. And it was just great. And I decided like then that like I want to move to California. Like this is where I want to be. Like I belong here.
Oh, that's dope.
So I was teaching Taekwondo at the time, and luckily I got an opportunity to move here because my Taekwondo master moved here the year before to open up a Taekwondo school, and then he invited me to help in like teaching at his school. So he like moved me in with him. Like I was like living in like one of his rooms in his house. Yeah. And I was just like helping the school, and like my goal was just to like, run a Taekwondo school one day. And
yeah.
That was it. That's all I did. Taught Taekwondo. And
like when you were in North Carolina, and when your Taekwondo master like reached out to you about the opportunity, was there ever a moment of like, oh, maybe I want to stay here and finish school, or was it just like, oh, I'm going? Was it like a conversation with your parents too about all that and stuff? Like,
yeah, these are good points.
Yeah.
The person that was really trying to get me to stay was my mom.
Oh, really?
It was really hard to convince her to get me to go. But, like I told her like what my plan was, and like my Taekwondo master talked to her, and like slowly but surely, like we convinced her that this is something that I can do, and I'll be okay. And I'll be okay, because I was a baby, so she was always like, "Oh, my baby."
Yeah. You're the youngest out of 3, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, so what was the biggest like shift for her, do you think? Was it just like the confirmation from your Taekwondo master, like he's gonna be okay?
It was mostly that. She was mostly concerned about my well-being. Yeah. So it was like a shift. Like I could see that once she really knew that I knew what I was doing, and she felt comfortable with me leaving.
What was like the time span of like when the opportunity came and like when you actually moved out and like, you know, having to convince your mom the whole time?
1 week. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No wonder. Of course you'd be like, what the
Yeah. So,
Really?
oh yeah, I missed this part. So the first, I went to California one time to visit, right, with my family.
that when you were 15, 16? Yeah.
And then, like, a couple years later, I go back to visit my taekwondo master, right?
Oh, he was already out here.
He was out here, and like they were doing like this in-house tournament. So
Yeah.
like, I was going for that, like, you know, to judge and just see what things were like. And that's
And
when he
this
let
is
me
when
know.
you're around what age?
It'd be like 18, 19, 19. I was 19.
Gotcha.
And yeah, he, like, when I was there, he'd said like, "Hey, what do you think about moving here? We want to have you like as one of the instructors." So I was like,
Yo.
"Yeah, I'm coming."
Yeah.
Be back in a week.
But you were going to school, weren't you? Before.
I was, but we were like in between semesters though. So like, I already like was like, this isn't really what I want to do. So I was already
School.
like kind of over it.
Okay, so if that hadn't came about, were you still thinking about like dropping out of school potentially?
Yeah. I knew I
Oh.
wanted to do something like taekwondo.
Mm.
Well, at the time, yeah, I knew I wanted to do taekwondo. So.
Yeah. Damn, that's cool, man. Wow, as you were talking about all that, I see so many like similarities of what it was like for me too. But damn, that's dope.
Yeah.
Damn, you only had 1 week,
1 week.
and then did you fly or
I flew.
You flew,
Yeah.
and then you ship your car.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Or flew your car? Is that how they do it?
There was a truck that had like a little trailer.
Yeah. And then
Yeah.
they just drive it for you. I heard that's just cheaper than like
Yeah, it's a little
driving.
cheaper.
Yeah. What's the point of driving? I fucking drove.
Only thing is your car is really dirty, like when it gets here.
Yeah, dude, and you put so much mileage on it.
Yeah.
And it's, especially from North Carolina. You're all the way in the East Coast, right? Pretty much.
Yeah.
Damn, that would have been like a week drive at least.
Dude, you took that drive though.
Well, I'm
mean-
from the Midwest, so it's like half as far.
Yeah, true, but still, like, it's a long drive. Dude, okay. I mean, we're already getting to it, but
Huh.
I want to know the same thing about you though. Like,
Oh, yeah?
what was your journey like to get here?
Okay. Dude, it's so funny because I had the same thing as you, where it was like, I actually have cousins and an aunt out here, and we would visit them like every other year or so. But then when, I think it was 2017 actually, around that time where I was like a sophomore in college, I wasn't really doing well in college. I didn't really like it. And then I came out here and I was just like, we were at Universal Studios and I was just walking around. I was just like, Mom, I kind of want to move out here. I don't know why. It felt like LA was speaking to me. Is that how it felt for you? Like literally it's just like, it's like an energy of just like, you just feel it like pulling you a little bit, right? Like, I feel like I belong here, you know? So I felt that and I was just like, but at that time, nothing, like acting wasn't even like a thing that came to mind. Like I wasn't pursuing anything like that. And then coincidentally, like within the next like 6 months, my, damn, I don't know if I should tell this story. This is a long story. It's like a side story.
I don't know.
I don't know if I told you this. Did I tell you about how I got into my acting school in Minnesota?
Kinda, but I don't know the full story.
So, one day at school, this is going to not seem like it ties to this, but it ties in later. One day when I was at school, some girl like just backed into my car. And what was crazy was it was so avoidable. Like I could have just honked at her and she was like going slow, right? But for some reason, it felt like some force was telling me, like, was just not letting me do anything. I just like froze. And it was like probably 10 seconds of her backing up and she's just, you know what I mean? I'm just like, and I'm just like, just stood there the whole fucking time. And then she backed into me. I was like, fuck. I was super fucking pissed about it. All of this shit and that. And then I had to figure out like all the shit, exchange info and this and that. And I was expecting like some phone calls from like my car insurance company and stuff like that, right? And, you know, I'm sure like everyone does. Everyone gets spam calls, right? But that was around the time that I just started picking up the phone because I just got in that car accident. Like, not even a car accident, just a little bump. And so I randomly got this call, and then I pick it up, and I was expecting it to be like car insurance company. And then they're like, hey, is this Brandon? I'm like, yeah. Hey, we got your submission for our talent school. We wanted you to come by and audition. And I was like, huh? Found out 2 weeks earlier, my dad was like at a movie theater and just saw like this little box where like you can just put your own info in. And like people have been saying throughout the years, like to me and my dad or whatever, like, oh, Brandon, you should like model or something like that. And so he just fucking put my name in without even telling me and gave him my contact info. Right? And so then they call me and I'm like, what? I don't think that's me, but like, come on, you can just search us up. I was just thinking like this is probably a scam, right? Like, yeah, just search us up and let me know if you want to come through. And then I searched them up and I was like, it's called DNA Talent, anyone that's in Minnesota. And then I was like, oh shit, this is legit. And then I was like, Mom, Dad, do you guys know anything about this? And my dad was like, oh yeah, I put your name in. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, bro, you didn't even tell me. But I'm so glad he did that. So then I went over there. I thought it was just going to be a pretty boy model or some shit. And then they just gave me this script and was just like, yo, just take 5 minutes to memorize this and try it. It was just like 2 or 3 lines. And then they had me try it and they were like, oh, we see you should act too. Like, okay. And so then I started taking classes there for about like 6 months. And that was around the time that like I was just really not liking school. And I would drive home from my school, my college, which is 2.5 hours away every single weekend, like round trip, 5-hour drive, just to take those classes every weekend on the weekends. And it was like a big sacrifice. And I noticed around that time, I was like, I'm studying so much harder at this like talent school than any of my classes in college. Like, I was studying like exponentially harder. Like, I didn't give a fuck about any class. Like, I probably had under a 2.0 GPA in college, bro. It was bad. Even though I'd like try to focus, I just couldn't. So then, yeah, I used to like to party a lot too, but I enjoyed acting more. So I would just say, screw the weekends. I don't need a party. I'm just going to go home and take this class every weekend. And then they do this thing where they fly in some managers like twice a year. And this manager, she's my current manager actually. Her name's Justine Hunt. And she like re-auditioned the whole school. And she kind of picks a certain team like from like 10 to 20 people to eventually fly out to LA to do this event called Industry Network, which is like a showcase where like a bunch of like casting directors, agents, and managers are just trying to find new talent. And it's pretty much like a track and field event of like Hollywood. Because it's like there's like different events where you do improv on stage, you do a cold read, you do a commercial, you do a scene, runway, whatever the fuck, right? So yeah, I ended up doing that. And by that point, like I was going to that class for like 6 months, and I kind of like decided like, okay, my 5-year goal is to move out to LA within 5 years. I want to save enough money, do some modeling gigs and local modeling gigs in Minnesota, save enough money to move out to LA. And then when I went to the showcase, like they were like, at the end of it, you get a sheet of all the agents and managers that are interested in you. And then there's like 32 different agencies that were like, wanted me now and wanted me to move out now. So I was like, what the fuck? And then around that time, I was trying to transfer to a different school closer to my parents' house, so I didn't have to like pay rent at like a apartment, you know. But I got declined to that school. My grades weren't good enough. And then I told everyone at the other school that I was going to, like, yo, I'm transferring schools. And so I was just like, fuck it, I'm not going to go back to school anyways. So to like move out now. And then I was like, Shibloo. And like, I think, so I went to that thing in July, and then we were going to go to Korea for like a Taekwondo tournament. So I went to Korea for like a month, and then I came back home and then packed my shit. And then me and my dad like drove all the way to LA.
Dang.
Yeah. So it was like, it kind of happened pretty fast, but yeah.
Wow. I did not know a lot of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Huh. Interesting. The more you know, huh?
Yeah. That's why I really wanted to get into this, because I was like, I feel like we didn't really talk too much about specifics, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have any, like, when you got out here, I'm sure you were like excited, right? And you saw LA, like you were finally in this fantasy land. Did you have any moment of like, oh shit, this is not what I thought it was going to be like?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. What was that like? Was it like a certain event or like?
Well, it was like the first year that I was here. Like I just kept seeing like how things were different, and like it was kind of like, oh wow, like this is a big jump, you know. Like I never considered all this stuff. Like how, you know, I really started to see like how expensive it is to live here, because like, you know, like I had plans of like moving out of my parents' house when I was in North Carolina. So like I like started making like a budget and everything based on that.
Yeah.
But I like never got to do that, you know. Like I was going to do that, but I moved to California before I got the chance to.
Oh,
so I was thinking like, you know, I just need to make this much a month and, you know, everything's good. I was so wrong.
Don't say, bro.
It costs like probably twice as much to live here
Than in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Right? Oh my God.
Like it's crazy. So that was a shocker for me.
Like just expenses and how expensive it is out here.
Yeah. And I also didn't consider like I knew like LA is kind of like the big pond, and like North Carolina is like a smaller pond.
Yeah.
But I never knew like the extent to that, you know? Like I always thought that like, you know, I'm going to move to LA and then I'm just going to like, you know, I'm just going to like blend in. But then I realized that like there's some like really good people at what they do here.
Yeah.
And like it just like, you know, kind of inspired me to like push even harder. So
like way more competitive out here, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I like that about it though.
Yeah.
'Cause if it weren't for that, who knows what I'd be doing right now, you know?
Yeah. I feel like it's definitely one of the most ambitious parts of the world. Like everyone comes out here to pursue their dreams and everything, you know? But I feel like another reason why, I don't know about you, but I feel like literally what you were talking about, how expensive it is to live here. Like it's so hard to just do one job and pay the bills at a decent place.
Yeah.
You know? Or like not have like a bunch of roommates. You know? Like it's tough.
I feel like most people our age like just have like a lot of roommates.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the only way you could survive.
Yeah. I remember you and I, we still have these moments of like, especially when we first moved here, like we got this place for a good deal, but it was also like we were thriving, you know? Like we were just like, damn, this is our place, bro. Like who at this age got a place like this? You know, like we got our own bedrooms and stuff. We got our own bathrooms. There's 2 floors, like brand new tiles and shit. I mean, we kind of fucked it all up now, but like,
Yeah, it's fucked.
yeah. We're gonna have to paint the shit out of these walls, bro.
No problem. We don't own this.
The security deposit, we'll probably use a lot of that by the time we move out. But we'll probably try to fix everything we can.
Yeah, it'll be alright. I mean, It's not as bad as my old place. My old place, the whole door jamb like came off.
What?
Yeah, it's a long story. My old roommate like locked me out.
Is this in college?
Nah, this is when I was here.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, bro.
Shout out to Morgan.
Morgan?
Yeah, my friend Morgan.
What up, Morgan?
Yeah. So like he was like playing a joke on me, right? He like locked me out. And like I was like trying to get in, like I was like, ah, hey, let me in. And I like kicked the door, and like the whole thing just like came down, like the whole door.
Taekwondo really works.
Right? And I was like, oh fuck, I didn't expect that to happen.
Wait, the whole door just like
The door, the lock, everything surrounding it came down.
Oh my
All of it.
god, dude.
Yeah, I mean like we had to like replace it, but it was ghetto, so yeah, they just took our security deposit.
Did you end up paying most of the security deposit because of that?
Yeah.
Was he like, hey man, you're paying for that shit? Hey, but he locked your ass out.
I
But
mean,
you
I
still
don't.
kicked it, right?
Sometimes I don't take jokes well, man. So that was my fault.
Really? You don't feel like you take jokes well?
I mean, like if I'm like afraid or something, then I just like don't respond well. But usually I'm like able to like, it's just a joke, you know.
Because I was about to say, like, dude, I prank your ass so much.
Yo, you know why I think this happened? Why I felt so strongly about it? My sister, shout out to Denisha. My sister locked me out one day after school, and I was outside for hours.
When you were little?
Yeah.
Why'd she lock you out?
Just as like a joke, she thought it was funny.
For hours?
Yeah.
She's
Looking
like,
back on it,
this
I
is
think
still funny.
I think it's funny too. Like I wouldn't have the story if it weren't for that. But yeah, I got locked out for a long time.
Well, how old were you when that happened?
Probably like 12, 13.
I was about to say, like, because when you're like really little, you know, like 10 minutes can feel like 10 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
but damn it, that's so funny. Was she pissed at you or something?
I mean, I was just, little brother. I was always like being a little shit.
Or maybe you just did something that you don't even remember.
Yeah, probably. Like, yeah, good times.
Yo, what was like the usual shit that you would do to piss off your sisters, your older sisters? Both Devante and I are both the youngest siblings, by the way. I have one older brother. Shout out to Big Bro, Brian. It's so weird to say his name because I call him Hyung. He means older brother in Korean, but yeah.
I gotta meet your brother one day.
Yeah,
Seems like a cool dude.
He's listening. I'm guarantee he's listening to this right now. He said he wants to meet you too.
Ah, snap.
He said, I'm gonna say it on the pod. I texted you this. He
Yeah.
told me, yo, you and Devante have like a super dope dynamic. Cause you know you know what I'm about to say, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I've never seen two dudes so genuinely love each other but not want to fuck each other.
Oh god. I literally laughed out loud, dude. That's all that.
I saw that, I was dying, bro. Like, hey man, that's pretty true.
It's got a point.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh yeah, but what is the dumbest shit that you would do to piss them off?
Well, I mean, I just like, I was kind of a quiet kid, so like, I kind of like stayed in my lane for the most part.
Yeah.
But I feel like my existence just annoyed her. You know, like you ever just have somebody that's just
what's
like,
the age difference between all? So it's like you're.
my Denisha's 2 years older, and Ebony's like 10 years older.
Wait, what?
Yeah, my sister's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Denisha's 2 years older. Ebony's 10 years.
Tony?
Yeah, Tony. Denisha's Tony. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is Tony your nickname?
Yeah, Tony's her first name. Denisha's her middle name.
What do you call her?
Denisha.
You call her
Nisha.
Tanisha?
Nisha.
Oh, shit, I thought her name, because I saw on her Instagram, was Tony.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know which one she prefers. I just call her Nisha.
I have a sister named Tony now, too.
You
My
do?
sister-in-law, yeah. Shout out, Tony.
Hey.
Hey. Oh, okay, 2 years, and then how? Sorry, what was it?
Ebony's 10 years older.
10.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Did you piss her off a lot, or was it mostly
Since she was like older, she was more like
almost like
a
an
babysitter kind of for us.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so like she would like be the one like in charge, and she would just be like, "All right, I don't got time for you little shit. So just leave me
Stop
alone.
being
You know,
little
don't annoy me."
Oh shit, that's funny.
Yeah, she's awesome though.
Yeah, yeah.
What about you though?
Huh.
What about you? What I feel like you did some stuff to your brother,
Bro,
didn't you?
I did so much shit to piss off my brother. I was such a little shit, man. I remember the first that comes to mind though was like me and my brother are personality wise are complete opposites. Like he's introverted, I'm extroverted. He likes to like have his own time and like kind of just chill, and I just love fucking running around all the time, especially when I was little like it was bad. And like I would always like want to play with him, but he would just like want to play video games instead. And so like when I would have friends come over and he would be like playing video games in the living room, me and my friend would like grab like some balls or something, just something, and we would just throw it at him and be like and run away. We'd be like and then he would just like, I knew he was like fucking lazy as shit, so I knew he wasn't gonna do anything like the first few times, so I would just keep doing it, and then by like the 10th time or something, you just hear him like set the controller down and just start walking.
Oh God.
Womp, womp, womp. Ah, mom, and then like my parents would like yell at my brother, because my brother like was the complete opposite of me. If I got in trouble, I'd be like, I'm sorry. My brother would just be quiet, just like, but that would make him look more guilty, even if he didn't do anything wrong. But then like one time, I think I've told you this story. My parents said that this is another reason why, like, when I was little, like, I was a fucking little actor back then too, because like, I would be like crying, like bawling. Like, and it sounds like, I'd make it sound like he's like killing me, like punching me to death. I'd be like, and then they would yell at him, and then my brother just wouldn't do anything, right?
Yeah.
And then one time, my mom was like curious and just like watched, and she saw that he didn't do anything. He did nothing to me. Like, he didn't even touch me, and I was like, mom, and then. And my dad saw it too, and my dad's like he's a big brother too. Like, he has a little brother about the same age gap as my brother. So like, he knows like what it's like to be a big brother. And so he would be like, he'd like yell at him, right? And then he like whispered to my brother like, hey, when I go, kick his fucking ass. I deserved it.
Yeah. The thing is,
shit.
it's part of being a younger sibling.
Yeah, right. Are you really a younger sibling if you don't piss them off?
Right? Like, you gotta. It's a character.
Oh shit! Did you ever have a phase where like did you and your sister fight a lot?
It was more so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I repressed the part that like I like actually did stuff to her to annoy her. I don't remember any of that, but I do remember her like, you know, also like beating me up. Well, at least that's what I thought it was at the time. It's what it felt like. And
which is in reality,
like,
they're probably like this.
Yeah, right. Probably. And yeah, I responded in a similar way. My sister always got in trouble for it. Like, I would just act like I'm hurt.
That's why we're performers, bro.
Right?
ShiblooCast. That's literally what you do for a living. Pretend to get hurt.
Exactly. I love it. It's great.
ShiblooCast. They're like, you should look at me now. All that practice, it's paying off, right? Mm-hmm. It's so fucking funny, dude. Oh shit. What would you say is like? Oh damn, that was a long tangent. but going back to this whole like moving to LA thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
What would you say was like some of the biggest lessons, or you can pick one lesson? If you were to like see 2016 Devante,
Mm-hmm.
what's like the biggest difference between you now and 2016 Devante before you moved out here?
My perspective has changed. I feel like I've been able to see a lot more of the world that
Yeah.
I didn't even know existed back then. Like, to be honest, back then, I thought I was a shit. Like, I just thought, like, yeah, you know,
I mean,
I'm
dude,
young.
you are the shit, homie.
I got everything figured out. I know what I'm doing in my life. Yeah, I'm awesome. But now I'm just like, I mean, I think like a big part of it has been because like I'm able to like meet all these like awesome people that I like see like what's really possible, and I could be like, oh, like yeah, I mean, I'm all right at this, but there's this guy that's like freaking like
Yeah.
whoosh,
Yeah.
you know, yeah.
So just your perspective of how you see. Do you think that has to do with, because that's kind of the same thing for me, like, but it was like, there's so much diversity here, and just all cultures are embraced here, you know? And that was like a big perspective change for me. Is that kind of what you're saying as well, too? Like a part of it?
I mean, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
that too. A lot of different cultures and types of people that I never got the chance to meet.
Yeah, yeah. But it kind of goes back, what you were saying just now kind of goes back to like the realization of how talented people are out here.
That's the main thing.
Yeah. You're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, I'm not that different. Like in North Carolina, you're different.
Yeah.
Than here. It's like you're the best player on your high school team, and then you go to the NBA and you're like, oh fuck, everyone's good.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what it feels like. Yeah, I've been searching for this my whole life.
Yeah.
Just never knew where to find it. I think I found it.
Yeah.
How about
Oh,
you
yeah.
though? How would you say you've changed?
I feel like for me too is perspective. But the biggest realization, like how I was telling you when I was reading my 2017 journal, was like I was all about. I don't know if this is if it was necessarily more of a masculine approach, but I just saw things for exactly what they were. And I was just like, the way I would journal was just like, I need to do this and this and this. And nowadays it's a much more about like, what were the emotions I was feeling today? How were those emotions affecting what I did? Like more about, I'm just way more in tune with my emotions, and therefore I'm way more empathetic, and I feel like a better listener and more open-minded now than I was back then. Because it's still something I'm battling with today, but especially back then, it was like, if you had nothing to do with my goals, I didn't care about anything. Like that phase went from, I think I needed to go through this phase, but like in 2017, when I was like going back home every single weekend, like to take those acting classes, like my friends would always hit me up to like hang out, and I would just say no. Like, no, I gotta go to bed early, or no, like I was like dieting for like a runway show at the time too, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I gotta diet, like, and like, kind of by the time that I left, any of the homies in Minnesota, like, I apologize for this time, but like, I remember by that time there was already some distance between me and my close friends back there, because I was just like, I was kind of gone before I was physically gone. You know what I mean? Because I was just like too focused, I think, on my stuff. But I think I needed to go through that phase to,
Yeah.
you know, get to where I'm at today. But yeah, I feel like, and dude, I owe a lot to that, like, listening and open-mindedness and emotional empathy to you, man. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how we were talking about we're the yin and yang? Bro, literally white shirt, black
Whoa. Yo. Well,
It's just like the picture like this.
fate's black.
And it goes like this. Bro. Shibloo. Shibloo. You know how we said shibloo? You're shibloo. You're sh, I'm blue. It's like yin yang.
Shit, blue. Yeah.
Shibloo. Shibloo is like a yin yang, bro.
Shit, blue.
You need both sides.
Gotta have both sides.
Salt and pepper. Yin and yang. Shit and bleu. It's all the same shit. Peanut butter jelly. Ketchup and mustard.
Milk and cereal.
Milk and cereal. But oh.
Yeah.
You saw what went through my brain before I even said it, huh? What was I about to say?
You're gonna say something like, you can't have cereal without the milk, but you can.
Yep.
You can't have cereal without the milk, but you can.
You can. You can.
You can. And it's never the same people. The people that drink milk, never the same as the people that eat cereal.
Oh.
It's never the same.
They're different types of people.
And if you are, post in the comments.
What are you?
Me?
Are you milk or
I drink
cereal
milk.
guy?
I drink milk.
You're a milk guy?
Yeah. I'll drink milk.
But they're
by
like
itself.
two completely different things, though. You know what I'm saying?
They are. Yeah.
It's like if it's ketchup mustard, they're both sauces. So it's like, which one are you gonna pick first?
True.
But
most people pick both.
yeah,
Which is the point. You gotta have both.
you gotta have both. Knowledge,
Knowledge.
science.
Science.
Shibloo. Damn.
Oh, man. Okay. So, I have a question for you now. So,
I'm gonna drink some wine juice. Juice.
juicy juice.
Bro, it's 3 p.m. What am I doing? It is actually juice, though.
It's Friday. Shibboleth juice. Nah.
This is the same wine that I drank last time, so I'm not an alcoholic. I promise, guys.
Does it taste better now?
Yeah, it does, because like the fruit, like kind of like, what is it called?
I don't know. I was thinking.
I was about to say marinated, but that's not the right term.
Let's use it. Marinate.
Marinated wine. Bless you too.
Coagulate.
Coagulate?
I don't know. I don't think that's the right word.
Man, you brought the sparkling water, and I was like, shit, I gotta have a beverage other than water. My dumbass got wine.
Spicy water. Okay. So, my question for you is this. Now that you live in California, what's the thoughts that you get when you go back home?
That's a really good question. To be honest, I think the last 2 times I've went home, I've had a very good time and relationship with going home. I think what I was telling you before of like, if I'm doing something that doesn't have to do with my goals, I just like hated it. So all the other times that I went home, like since I've moved out here, I felt like a part of me was like, damn, I should be in LA. Like I would see some shit of like the homies shooting something out here. I'm like, fuck, like they're like a step ahead of me. You know what I mean? Like they're doing shit and I'm not grinding. But man, the past 2 times I went home which were pretty recent. Like I went home in May for my brother's wedding, and I think that was a big realization, that event of like, damn, I need to come home more often and just like be present when I come home. Because there's always that part of me whenever I was home that just like, I need to be doing something else. I need to be doing something else. But this time I was like, yo, this only happens once in my life. I have one sibling and he's only going to get fucking married once. Like this is literally a once in a lifetime thing. Like I need to be present as fuck for this, you know? And I saw so many people that I haven't seen in like 4 years that time, because I think around that time was when COVID kind of like calmed down, and like the year prior I went home for like 2 days and then that was it. Like I was gone in Budapest all year. So like this time I was just like, so much time went by that I was like, oh my God, like these people really mean a lot to me, and I see how much they've changed, and I haven't really like talked to them since, you know? Like it was just like yeah, I don't know. It was a big realization of like, damn. And I think also like that, dude, everything's connected, and the mentality that you've influenced me a lot on is like, you can learn from anyone. I used to always think like, okay, I can only learn from people that are in the industry, you know? And then it was like, I can learn from any of my friends from high school, or I can learn from someone I see in the street one day, a random person on the street. Like just that perspective change, I guess, helped me be a lot more like present and appreciative of like going home. You know, but oh, that's a good question. I'll flip it on you. And I know actually you don't go home that often at all, right?
No,
like
not really.
Really, really rare, right?
Yeah,
So.
yeah. Well, first thought is, why is there so many mosquitoes here? Second thought
when
is,
you go to North Carolina,
yeah,
bro, we got over 10,000 licks. Yeah, bro, it's like terrible.
I can't complain.
We got so many fucking
Well,
mosquitoes.
I can't even say my second thought. I was gonna say it's too cold here.
But hey, I haven't been home in the wintertime in a long time, so shit, I'm scared actually now.
Dang. Yeah, that's what first hits me when I step off the plane. Boom. Mosquitoes and cold.
Yeah.
Instantly. Bam, right there.
Yeah.
But North Carolina's a cool place though. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
But main things that I think about when I'm back at home is just, it feels almost like in my heart, the love that I've been wanting to show my family is just like been building and building, you know. And like, you know, I talk to them on FaceTime and all that, but like, you know, it's not the same when you're not there in person.
Yeah.
So when I finally like see everybody again, it's just like it's like an explosion of emotions, man. It's crazy.
Like you have all the built up love.
Yeah.
That you didn't know was there, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
when you're out here, it's like a different world. Like you don't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thing that I like the most about it is that like, even though like I'm out here, like everyone understands like what I'm doing, and like there's like, it's just like nothing ever changed like when I go back, you know?
Dude, yeah. That's
It's-
something I missed that I didn't say. That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. Like sometimes like it's always in the last day
Yeah.
that like
When you come back.
I'm just like, man, this is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I remember like last time I went back, last Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
the last day I was there, I was me and my family were outside in the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and we were just like, you know, having like a fun day. Like we were like out there, like we were playing cornhole, and like we were like boxing, and then like,
Oh, really?
yeah, and then like apparently, like, my dad's like super good at boxing from being in the Marines. I didn't even know.
Oh wow.
And then like we were just like doing like the little tire drill, you know, like you put your foot in a tire.
Oh.
Like each person puts their foot in the tire and they like try to make the other person get out.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, he's good at that. Like,
Yeah?
he whooped me, man.
Damn.
And like it was just like all fun, like it was just all love. And after that day, I was like, man, I was almost like I could just stay here, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, got to stay focused, got to stay on the vision.
Yeah, yeah.
But it will be nice to be able to go back more in
More
the future.
often, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was the biggest thing for me too, of like made me realize all these goals and stuff we have. It's dope, and that's why we're here. But at the end of the day, man, like there's nothing like family.
Mm-hmm.
Family and friends, and just like love, man. You know,
Yeah.
like unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of rare out here for people that don't have family out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think just because of the nature of how ambitious the environment is out here, it's like I wouldn't say that people are fake, but people are much more goal oriented, and it's hard to tell when energy is as genuine out here, and rightfully so. Like you know, like just as simple as meeting someone for a coffee. Everything's at least 30 minutes away from each other here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, so it's just like that's such a huge time commitment. That's probably like a 4-hour slot out of your day because of traffic and all this and that. And then it's expensive, and it's like everyone's like keeping their head above water. So it's a commitment to like do something small like that. So it makes sense why like people are quote unquote flaky out here or stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when you go home, it's just like unconditional love, you know. It's
Dude,
dope.
yes.
It's dope.
Man.
Do you ever, when you go home, do you like have a realization of like, damn, like you almost see yourself in the third person of like what life would be like if you had stayed?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did you see when you would see that?
I saw that, well, first of all, my family, it's like, they're my biggest supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, something that I think is like big for me
Yeah.
is like whenever like I'm about to have like a hard day, like I know I'm going to do like a big stunt or something, I always call my mom that morning.
Really?
And yeah, dude.
Oh,
Bro.
my heart.
Like,
Oh, I'm gonna tear up. Oh.
You're a mama's boy,
I'm
aren't
a
you?
mama's boy, yeah,
Me
I
too,
am.
bro.
But yo, I'm like a complete different person. Like you can tell if I talked to my mom recently.
Yeah.
Because like if I haven't talked to my mom in a while, I just like feel like drained. But if I do, then I'm just like alive and I'm just like love everywhere, everyone having. Oh! Shit.
You gave me your love, bro.
I'm sorry, bro. Fuck. Shit. God damn. Oh my god. Fuck.
Are you drinking wine?
Shit, what's in this? This is the. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna use some paper towels. Is it on you?
Huh?
Fuck.
No, you're good. You're good. Don't trip. Don't
God
trip. Don't
damn
trip. Okay, hold on.
Is the microphone wet?
A little bit.
I'm sorry.
Don't worry about it, bro.
I owe you 2 mouth.
Josh
What?
maybe will know what that means. And Chris Cortez.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah. But we'll only keep in the Josh maybe and Chris Cortez will know what that means.
Yeah.
But we won't say what you just said.
I think everybody knows what that means.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to cut out the actual word that you said.
Oh, yeah.
But
I
just
owe you
keep
2.
in Josh maybe.
Yeah. Put a little beep.
Shibloo. Okay, what were you saying about the love
yeah.
is...
Oh yeah. I just feel like a better person, like if I talk to my mom, and I'm like really curious about where she gets it from, because like, man, she is just full of love.
Man, I told you this too, but like when I talked to your mom on the phone, I was like, damn, that's where Devante gets it from. Just so like pure-hearted, man. Like just genuine, nice, positive energy, which is it's so rare. Like I feel like your mom's the type of person, and you're the same way too. Whereas someone could meet you, and then within 5 minutes, they could give you the keys to their house. like there's a difference between when someone's like nice, you know, and then you're a little like, I don't really know too much about this person yet, you know? But then you and your mom are like, oh my God, I trust you with my whole life. Like immediately, like you know what I mean? It's just like pure, like, you know, there's no bullshit. Like not even a single layer of it. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I can say the same about you, because like, bro, I don't know if people know this story, but like, you know how like we like started living together, right? Like, remember that? Like Brandon was just like, yeah, thinking of getting another place. You want to like move in together? And I was just like, yes. Like that was it. Like there's no thinking about it. We just kind of did it.
Yeah.
No, it's because of like, you're the same way. Like I just trust you, bro. Like you're just a good person, man.
I see what my brother means now.
Oh my God.
Oh man, it's good. There needs to be more love in the world, man.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone just likes to be mad at each other,
Right?
but it just needs to be more love.
It's crazy, man.
You know what I
Why?
mean? The other day, and I also got this from you too. I saw this dude like at the outside of Ralph's, and he was like playing the violin, and then he had like a little sign like, starving artist would appreciate any donations. And I was just like, damn, man, starving artist, I can relate to that, you know? And I didn't have much cash on me, but like I think I gave him like $20 or something, and I was just like, it wasn't much, but like I could tell he genuinely like appreciated it, and I was just like, damn, that feels so good. You know? Like even though for me personally right now I'm not as much of in a position financially to be able to do things like that felt so good. Like there wasn't even a single layer of me of like, fuck, I need to save that $20. You know what I'm saying? But I know, dude, you do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that. Just giving.
Man, that's real, yo.
Yeah.
That's real, because no, I don't think it's common that people would like give that much to somebody they don't even know, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and there's nothing in it for them. Like,
Yeah.
that is the ultimate sign of love
Yeah.
for humanity, you know?
Man, I encourage anyone, like, I mean, to me, I don't really donate too much to, like, I this sounds fucked up, but I'm a little selective with, like,
Yeah.
people that are, like, because honestly, if there's, like, a homeless person and I can tell they're high on some shit, which is a lot of the population, homeless population out here in LA, like, you can tell they're, like, drug addicts, like, I know where that money would go straight to. You know, but someone like that, or like, you know, I know he's striving to get better at his craft, and he just needs an extra hand. But or like, I think another time I saw a lady, and I saw her little daughter right next to her, and I was like, fuck, like, you know, they're not in that position for like drugs or whatever, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it's just, they're probably just in a really unfortunate position. Like, people like that, man, if you guys have never, like, donated or anything like that, I highly recommend it, because it'll make you feel a way that you can't feel in any other way. Right? Like, there's nothing else you can do that'll make you feel that way, I feel like.
Yeah.
What I'm saying?
Man, you're so right, man. It's necessary for everyone. Like,
Yeah.
and I like know, like, everyone has their own level of giving that they're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like, some people are, like, only willing to, like, give to, like, you know, somebody they know that's in need.
Yeah.
Like, maybe, like, a close friend, and they have,
Yeah,
like,
they
they're
know
in a really hard
personally.
situation.
Yeah.
But some people, I mean, everyone has, like, their own level, but, like, some people, like, are, like, a Mother Teresa type, you know? Like, they'll just give to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know that everyone in this world, like, there's no life that's easy.
Yeah.
So everyone needs a little help sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, even those people on drugs out there, like, you gotta ask yourself, how did they get in that situation?
Yeah.
Like,
There's always a reason.
why are they on drugs?
Mm-hmm.
Life must be hard.
Yeah. I feel like, too, you don't have to donate money, too, right? Like,
yeah.
just simply, like, complimenting someone you've never met. Like, I feel like there's just ways to give love that, like, and it feels different when you give it to a complete stranger, because you know there's nothing in it for you.
Yes.
And you're just like, damn, fuck. You know what I mean?
It costs nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
people that only do that for people they know, there's probably a layer of, like, oh, when I am struggling, they're going to help me. You know?
I don't get that, man.
Yo, that actually reminds me of something you said to me, like, I think a couple weeks ago. Oh, I feel like I'm going to get emotional. What was it?
Oh, I can't do it.
Oh my God, emotions. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh. What did you say? You said that. Huh? What was it? Fuck, man. Who's cutting onions?
Oh, no, stop.
What was it?
Fuck.
Don't look at me. Oh.
You brought up that one time. I think it was the smallest thing. It was the smallest thing. But, like, we went to go get pizza, right?
Yeah.
And then you were like, man, let me pay for your shit. And I was like, no. Like, we always do that all the time, right? And then, like, man, when, like, you came back from Shang-Chi and I was struggling,
Oh.
like, you were paying for my shit all the time. And I was like, bro, I don't even remember that. Like, I don't remember that in the slightest. You know, but, like, that shit, unconditional, bro. Like, we were just like, I remember that, and I was like, damn, yo, 5 years from now or some shit, when, like, you know, it's always like, when a homie's, like, struggling, like, if you're true homies, you won't even think twice, like, oh, they're gonna owe me something later. But that person that, like, got a hand up, like, they're gonna remember that shit forever, you know? So I was just like, oh. Like, you brought that up, and I don't even remember it at all. And then when you said that to me, I was like, yo, this is something I'm going to remember forever. And then it made me feel, because I was like, damn, Devante felt this then, too, you know? Oh, dude, you see this right now? I'm like, I'm like a sprinkler right now, bro. Fuck.
Fuck. Ah. Shit.
My brother's probably laughing so hard right now. Oh, God. Yeah, man.
This is the good stuff,
I
man.
appreciate that
This-
though. Like it's like
Thank you.
it's like small acts that don't seem much in third person, but like it's like what's in here that counts, you know, behind a thought. And I was just like, man, fuck. Yeah. Because I don't remember that shit at all. Not even in the slightest. And then that was a moment that like where I'm always the type of person where I don't want someone to baby me, you know, like to help me too much just because of my own ego. Like I want to help myself out. But then I think I asked you in that moment, I was like, damn, man. Like, because you said that, I was like, it would really make you feel a lot better if you like paid for this, right? And you're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I'll accept it then. Oh my God, man. You buy onions? There's onions in this beef jerky. Fuck.
Oh God.
Damn, we're only on episode 5. And the shit got to here. I think that's probably... Is that the second time you've ever seen me cry?
Yeah. Yeah. Second time.
Second time ever?
Mm-hmm.
Or other than for acting?
I mean, yeah. Second time in real life.
Yeah. Yeah. The other time we already said in the 3rd episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Man.
I think I've only seen you cry once.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. I remember that time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember it vividly.
And it was for a very similar reason that I just did.
Very similar.
Oh.
Oh God. Oh God. Should I even like?
You feel like if you say it, you're gonna cry too?
Yeah.
Bro, that was me. Like, you probably didn't even know what I was gonna say, right?
No, I didn't.
And I was like, oh fuck, it's coming. Like, even if I talk right now, if I say one word about this, I'm gonna fucking bawl. But man, ShiblooCast. Hey, man shit.
Man,
Men
shit.
can cry
know what I'm
too.
saying? Monster trucks.
Some people probably think I'm a bitch, but hey, men can cry too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Men cry.
Yeah, men cry.
Hell yeah.
I actually think, I'm not even saying this just because I did right now, but because I've seen it firsthand and I've been a victim of this. If you try to be too masculine and like, too, oh yeah, I'm okay. That's when people let it out in different ways, you know?
Yeah.
They get into some shit like they become alcoholics, get into drugs or whatever. And no, I'm not judging people that are recovering from something like that or are currently in something like that. But, and that's probably, I'm not saying that like not letting out your emotions is always the cause of that, but I think it's definitely a layer or a factor or a possibility. And I just want to spread that more to people, just to dudes in general, because I've always thought it was lame to be emotional. But I've always been emotional little shit since I was little, bro. So I'm like, oh, like literally what I just told you, like the biggest change for me since I came out here was I became more empathetic. I think it's because I started to embrace my emotions more, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, feel like that leads to more love in the world, you know?
Yes. Yes.
You looked like you wanted to say something. Did you feel like if you say it, are you going to be cutting onions too?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What?
I mean, okay, this wasn't as recent though, so maybe I'll be alright. Maybe I'll be alright.
Is this the same thing we were just talking about, or is this something different?
It's related. It's related.
Oh, okay.
It's
I shouldn't look at you. Fuck, man.
Oh shit. Yeah, you mentioned the time that you saw me cry.
Yeah.
And that was actually the last time, well, the first time that I've cried in a long time. and I didn't even think it was capable. Like I was even like able to do that.
Yeah.
But it was because when I was about to leave for am I able to say that? I think I'm able to say that.
Oh yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna say it.
ShiblooCast.
Can I say that?
I mean, you didn't want to say it in the other ones
I shouldn't say it. We'll cut that out.
before you went to Atlanta.
Before I went to Atlanta. So before I went to Atlanta, I was just thinking and like remembering like all those breakfast clubs that we did, all those like, you know, those little shorts that we did, and like just how much that like, you know, my life was changed just from like, you know, you being there and you showing me like what you knew, you know, and sharing that knowledge with me. Like you really changed my life, dude. Like before I got into this, man, like I don't know what I was doing. Like I wanted to do like, you know, the whole like open a taekwondo school thing, but like to be honest, in the last like couple months to a year, it didn't fulfill me.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it just wasn't the right thing for me anymore, because like I felt in my heart that like I needed to be doing something with, you know, the other stuff that I was passionate about. Like yeah, taekwondo, I love taekwondo, but you know, what about tricking? Like what about all these other things that I want to do? What about like, you know, am I going to be able to travel? Am I going to be able to like learn this other stuff?
Yeah.
And yeah, like this is like the ultimate like path for me to take to live the life that I wanted to live. And I was just so like thankful for you sharing that with me.
Thanks, man.
I didn't even think this is possible for me, dude. Like
Thanks, bro.
yeah.
Same, bro. Damn, I've probably said so many hoes. Because I'm like, how do I let this out? Feel like if I didn't say that many hoes, there would have been more tears.
Dude, I was thinking that same thing. Like if I didn't like stop to like breathe, like as I was saying that, oh my God, dude, I'd be crying my ass off right now.
Ugh. Hey, you're good at that though, dude. I don't know how you didn't. I didn't see a single tear come down. I saw it like ready, but I didn't see it come down, man. Mine was like a shower. Shit. This isn't from the water. It's from the fucking tears. Oh shit.
This is crazy, man. Crazy,
bro.
This is it. This is something great. Something great is happening here, man.
Mm-hmm.
And you all are witnessing it.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. We talked about this the other day. I think we bring this up a lot. And like, I hope anyone that's watching or listening out there has people that like, how do I explain it? Pretty much like, you know how you and I were saying the other day, the way we converse with each other, like we both gain and learn so much out of it. And it's not like a one-way street of like, one person is teaching the other person more or this and that. Like there might be periods of time of where that happens, right? Like I feel like you said, like the time that I came fresh off of Shang-Chi and then you were just getting into stunts, you felt like at that time I was teaching you a lot. But then like right now I feel like the opposite. you know? So it's like, but it's not even, that's the thing. I think a lot of friendships or just relationships in general, a lot of times egos will get involved and people will start keeping score of, oh, I did this for you or did this for me. And then like, oh, I taught you all of this, so therefore you don't know more than me ever. Like people just keep score of like where they are on this bullshit hierarchy that they keep in their brain, right? Like, and it's like you and I were talking about how anytime we just have deep talks, like how we do on this podcast or just in general, like literally all the time whenever we see each other and we have time to just chill and talk, like I think the analogy I said is like, I have certain Lego pieces and you have certain Lego pieces. And we realize that when we share it, we can build something that we didn't know we could build. And we couldn't build that ourselves. But there's like an equal amount of pieces from each of us. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a constant exchange of knowledge. But also just like, that's only possible when you're open-minded and not egotistical about a friendship. You know what I mean? Or like where you stand in something like that. It's just like, once that's out of the air, you can just like make shit that you didn't know you could make. And I'm not talking physically. I mean like just realizations and experiences and moments. Like what happened just now, bro? Like me, like, and like you and I can remember the exact amount of times that we've seen each other cry. Like those moments, some shit we're never gonna forget. But like that only happens when like it's a two-way street and people are empathetic and listening and not putting this like hierarchy bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so rare, you know?
It is.
That, I mean, one, people listen with the intent to listen.
Yeah.
And not with the intent to reply.
Yeah.
And also that people give without wanting to get something in return.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
when those two are there, you know, in a relationship, in a friendship, in a whatever,
yeah,
in a, you know, organization even,
yeah,
like that's when great things happen.
I feel like it's just like what we were talking about earlier, when you find people that are like the yin to your yang, or just that balance you out, right? Because it's like, for you and me, like, we did get along really well. A lot of the factors, like, we balance each other out in different aspects, right? Like how we talked about in previous episodes. I talk a lot, you like to listen a lot. And so that in itself balances it out, right? And then like, just like a lot of other factors too, like you're much more open-minded and in the moment. I'm much more like, what's next? Like, you know, and then so like we kind of just trade mindsets and like we're balancing each other out and just learning from each other constantly about stuff like that, you know? So yeah, I just hope that people are open-minded to meeting people like that. Or if you have, you might not even realize that you have people like that in your life sometimes. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are just too in their own head about stuff, you know? Like if one of you and I were keeping score, it's like our friendship is not even close to where it is now. If we were keeping score of like, oh man, all those days, like I paid for your meal and this, and like, fuck that shit, yo. Like, why even give in the first place if you're keeping score? That means it didn't come from the right place.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Not that, like, I think there's always going to be that little layer of you that thinks about that, but the sole reason why you give needs to come from, like, a place of not expecting anything back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel that the reason why it's hard to do,
Mhm.
like it's hard to give and not expect nothing in return, or to like just like listen to someone and not like try to force your own perspective on them,
Yeah.
is it's all out of respect. And I think that's something that might have made us understand each other better, because
Yeah.
Taekwondo is all about respect.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, exactly.
I respect your mindset, even though it's not the same in every single aspect,
Yeah.
and you respect mine. So that's why we,
Exactly.
we could do that.
Yeah. Like, I would say you and I are very have very similar opinions and similar mindsets, but there's always times where shit's always gonna be different, everyone's different. So it's like there's a lot of times that you and I like will disagree on something, but it never ever feels like there's even a hint of ego of like, no, I'm right and you're wrong. We're literally just like explaining, oh yeah, I think, yeah, but that's true, but what about this? And then you're like, oh, then one of us will be like, oh shit, I didn't ever think of that. Yeah. But yeah, the reason why I said that is because of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's this constant exchange of like just perspective, because everyone sees the world in a different way, right? And if you're so tunnel visioned on your way that you see the world, and you're not open to like learning other people's perspective, it's like, what's the point? Like, yeah, I don't know. I think that has to do a lot with like the Robert Greene shit that you've been showing me, I've just been listening to a bunch of his stuff, and like that's he talks about empathy and like the true meaning of empathy. And it goes really into detail. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It really changes perspective,
It does. It does. It's not easy. It's, I believe that empathy and love is a practice.
Yes.
It's something you have to try to do and put effort into.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you do feel it too, but it's also like I will do this so I can,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like if a big one of my like principles that I've always wanted to live on is, and I got this from Taos.
Oh.
Like he put
Tricker.
it into word form for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Taos the Tricker. Shout out to Taos. Love is a motive. So when you put more love into the world is a better place. That is something that will never hurt anything.
Yeah.
So everybody wants to make the world a better place. How do you do that?
Just put more love, man.
More love.
Yeah.
And there's everyone has their own way of showing love, and everyone needs love a certain way too, but
Yeah.
the idea is that you give it.
Yeah. For sure. And it's like, it's even I wouldn't say there's a balance of that. There's a balance in a way of like, I'm actually curious what your opinion is about this, but I feel like I don't think there is such thing as giving too much love into the world, but there is such thing as giving too much love when it's not asked for, or that perspective of giving so much love is taken advantage of.
I agree. And I think, the way I see it at least, I think there's a lot of different ways you can, it can be, is when you give love and you expect something in return, it's not truly love, right?
Yes.
So I like to, everyone has a certain amount of love they can give, right?
Yeah.
And as you practice, you're able to give more and more.
Mm-hmm.
But, you gotta have like self-love too, Like, you
Yes.
always have to have space for yourself in there. So if you give from that area, like where you know, I'm taking my own love that I should be giving myself to this person, and they don't appreciate it, that's when things get like weird.
Yeah, that's when it gets tricky. And also, I feel like your capability of giving love is only possible if you love yourself enough first.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Agreed.
Like, if your heart, right? Check me out, right?
I got you. I'm with you.
If your heart, anyone that's watching, you can see the visuals. Your heart, it's like this, right?
Yeah.
That's your heart.
Mm-hmm.
This is the amount that you have that you can give or keep for yourself. But the more you give yourself your own love, you give self-love, your heart gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And the bigger that is, the more room you have to give to the world.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't give yourself that love, then it's just like tiny. And now you don't even have enough love to give yourself.
Yeah.
And now you start taking it out on other people because you don't have any love to give to other people because you don't even have enough love to give to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when egos get in and this and that. You know what I'm saying?
But when it's like, let's say, like a friendship where two people like give love freely,
Yeah.
and it's just they just want to see the other person do well, right?
Yeah.
Then both people's, you know,
Dude,
it's just growing.
It's like exponential.
There's no losing. Like
Yeah.
it's just better for everybody.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I feel like the only time it actually grows is when it's unconditional. Because when it's unconditional, then it's actual love. There's like, I think love can only be unconditional.
I agree.
Like, something can be perceived as love and people can say that is a loving action or whatever the fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're expecting something back, then is it even love? Because now it's just manipulative in a way.
Mm-hmm. It's business.
Yeah.
It's a transaction.
And I feel like it's okay to have those feelings of where you're thinking of yourself and like, you know, you there's a layer of you that's in there deep down. I'm willing to admit it.
Mm-hmm.
You give something and then you kind of, you're a little bit keeping score, but it's a matter of how much are you going to give that attention of keeping score?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Because of course the thought is going to come to mind. Some fucked up shit is going to come to mind, but it's a matter of like feeding that dark side more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Or just avoiding it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think like also like you have a choice of like who you invite into your life.
Yeah.
And who you pour into. Because like some people naturally, because like how close you are to them, you're going to naturally give more to them. So I think it's really important to choose the right people to have in that circle or to choose as a partner. Because if you're like one of those people that just like gives everything, you give fully, and you find that they just take it, they don't want to give as much back, then it's, you know, it's not really beneficial for both sides. It's like a parasitic relationship.
Yeah, exactly.
And, you know, if you love yourself, you're not going to allow that to happen.
Yeah. And I guess the thing about love and unconditional love too is like the only thing that I think that you can keep track of in a way is just receiving some type of appreciation if you give that out consistently.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's 99% of people, or I could be wrong, but at least for me, that's the only thing I want back for when I give love is appreciation of what I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that might be I think my love language is like my highest thing. This is a whole other episode, the 5 love languages, but I think my number 1 is like words of affirmation. But even if they don't tell me exactly, if I can just tell that they genuinely appreciated it, that's all that matters. You know, like that's all. I don't know. Do you feel like that?
Yeah,
That's the only thing that kind of makes it a quote unquote conditional, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's not, you're not asking for much, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just a simple thank you.
Yeah.
Can do so much.
Or people can say thank you and you can tell if they actually mean it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but actually, I know this because I think you and I have both talked about, we both run into this issue a lot just in life, where you and I are obviously very loving people, right? And like, whether it's a friendship or a relationship or whatever, a lot of times you'll be giving love in a way, and they'll appreciate it at first, but then it becomes an expectation.
Mm-hmm.
And once it becomes an expectation, that's when I think shit starts becoming bad, you know?
Yeah.
People become spoiled in a way by that. And that's human nature. But I think that's a form of love too, is appreciation. Like, I think people that don't appreciate comes from a place of not having enough love for themselves or for other people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll appreciate it if you know what it's like to give and receive love.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't really, then you just don't appreciate things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Wow. I think that happens because people's idea of it is wrong or misconstrued, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if somebody has nothing but goodness for you, but you don't, if that person doesn't understand that, like what they're doing for them truly, like who they are,
Mm-hmm.
then they won't interpret it as that. Like, somebody who's just like thinking, oh, this person is just trying to get this out of me, because that's how they would think, you know?
Yeah.
They would do that if they're trying to get something out of somebody.
Yes.
So that's why they think that about themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't appreciate it. And
Yeah.
that's why, you know, it's all getting messed up.
Yeah.
And nobody can really give them the love that they need because they don't accept it.
Yeah.
They're pushing it away.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's like, I feel like that kind of ties in with the love languages, because it's like everyone shows love in a different way. And that's where it comes down to like empathy and perspective. Even when you think of someone else's perspective, I think the biggest game changer for me was like not to just think about what I would do in their shoes. I'm not them. Factor in how you know this person, how does their mind work, what is their upbringing, this and that. You think about all that shit. Now you can see why they do the things they do.
Yes.
Right? It's like I think literally what you said is like, so many times people are keeping track because they're like, I'm giving love, but you're not giving me love. But they don't realize that the other person is giving them love in their own way of communication.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, there's deeper layers of understanding perspective, I feel like. It's not just you thinking, what would I do in their situation? Oh, if I was them, of course I would feel this way and that. Dude, like literally how you were just saying earlier, like, if we were to really, really think of why some people are homeless, some people get into drugs, some people are like Donald Trump, some people are like Hitler, like, I'm not saying the shit they do is good, but there's always going to be a fucking reason. You know what I mean? And just feel like people that have a slightly different perspective than you can just meet them halfway and try to think things from their lens for once.
Yes.
Not just try to use your own lens on their fucking camera. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
yeah.
what's up with me and all these fucking... I use a lot of fucking analogies and metaphors. You know, filmmaking. Because I'm a filmmaker. It's like, bro, you have your own camera. I have my own camera. I have my own lens. You have your own lens. Mm-hmm. I can't use your camera and expect that it works the exact same way with my lens than it does when it's with your lens.
Exactly.
It could be completely different, bro.
Exactly.
Completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this could be red to you. It's orange. Orange.
Orange.
Orange.
You ever think about
could be
that?
orange.
Orange.
Ever think about what?
Like the way you see the world, right? Like
Yeah.
this is green, this is orange, gray, all that, right? But what if like this is actually blue to you, but you just learned to call it
Dude.
green because that's what everyone says.
Yeah.
This is green. Like what if you could just like go into somebody else's mind and like see
Yeah.
what the world looks like, and it's like
Yeah.
just like oh.
Yeah. That is trippy. I think that is true. Like, probably my shade of orange is different from yours.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Like, everyone's probably a little different, but it is crazy to think if it's completely fucking, like,
Right?
different. I mean, that's why some people are colorblind, you know? Like,
But-
but are people that are colorblind actually not colorblind and we're all fucking colorblind? Oh my God! We're the ones that are colorblind, bro. What if people that are colorblind, they're actually seeing the world for what it actually is? But we just think that they're colorblind. But we're all,
Whoa.
yo, I promise we didn't smoke or do anything. I mean, I sipped on some wine, but I'm not feeling nothing. I feel like you and I say, huh, what's in this LaCroix?
Right?
I feel like we always like say some really like stoner type shit.
Shit. I mean, it's true, We're just making those connections that are difficult to make.
Because everything's connected, bro.
Everything's connected.
Everything's connected. Oh shit! It's like it's about to be an hour and 40. You want to call it?
Yeah, I think it's that time.
Yeah, it's that time. I really need a pee.
Yeah, me too.
Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
10 something.
You know what I noticed, bro? I feel like, I don't know about you, and I don't know if the audience felt this too. I feel like the first 30 minutes, okay, dude, we were supposed to be talking about our move to LA.
We did.
And then we ended up talking about love, and I started fucking bawling my eyes out. How does LA escalate to that? You know?
It's all connected, bro.
It's all connected, but I feel like, I don't know. Let's give it to, I don't know. I feel like the beginning felt a little stiff because it felt a little like interviewy and too structured. Like I had a couple questions for us, but I'm just like, this is not, it didn't feel Shibloo to her.
I feel you.
And then later it felt Shibloo to her.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I think, Let us know, guys, what you guys like. I feel like in a way, you and I, like, if we set up these two mics and put on that fucking camera, we're gonna talk about something no matter what.
Yeah.
We don't have to
That'd be so
think
funny.
of what the fucking subject is gonna be ahead of time.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
that. That's a good idea.
Or like maybe they can give us like Q&As and we can just like answer the questions or
Yeah.
whatever, what we think and tie our experiences to it. But I don't know about you, but I feel like we should just kind of shoot the shit.
I like it.
Shboogaloo.
Yo.
Yeah.
So, like, I think like one of the coolest dudes ever is like Rorschach from The Watchmen, and his face is like all like one of those like picture things that you look at in like psychology. I think what I'm talking about, like those little pictures, and they're like, "What do you see?" And they ask you what you see. You know what I'm saying? What if we just like put one of those up and just like look at it?
Like one of those trippy pictures?
Yeah.
Like the ones where it takes a while to like actually see what the artist designed to see?
I think they're like subjective, so it's not really
You could
a picture
see
there.
anything. Yeah, you could see a dog. You could see a mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we just like get one of those, look at it, boom, start talking. I don't know.
Shiblutu.
My
That's
brain's
a good
broken,
idea.
man.
Huh?
My brain's broken.
Shit, same, bro. Fuck. I cried my brain out. Fucking god damn it. I feel like see, this is my masculine mind talking to me. I feel like a bitch. I feel like a bitch. But if you don't cry, that means you're a bitch. No. Brandon, stop talking. Oh my god. I'm not calling anyone a bitch. Ignore what I just said.
Except for you.
Yeah, you. The female dog.
You know
the
who you
literal
are.
female dog. You are a bitch.
Yeah. Should have washed your bed sheets. Yeah. I know you didn't do it.
What?
I don't know, man. Remember to flip your mattress every, how long? Month? 2 months? 8 months? I don't know.
Wait, that's a
I
thing?
don't do it. Huh? I
That's
think
a
you're
thing?
supposed to.
Really?
Yeah. At least was what I heard from the internet.
Man, I
but
don't know any of this grown up shit.
I don't know, man.
Wait, you were supposed. Fuck,
Dude,
bro.
I just learned how to wash clothes. Like,
Shit.
like when you showed me like the delicates option, I was like, oh fuck.
Bro, I learned that from Hector. My fucking clothes kept shrinking.
Dude, me too.
Kept using the normal mode.
I was like, oh shit.
The fuck?
Hell yeah. I'm
Dude,
getting
my
big as
shit
fuck.
is still shrinking.
Oh shit.
I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I'm doing something
I
wrong.
don't know.
Shiblutu.
Anybody wants to do our laundry? Give us a call.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How much is we gonna cut out? I don't know.
Do we need to cut anything out?
You're
Because Shiblutu.
Should we do it?
You have any final thoughts?
Um,
Otherwise, I need to pee.
final thoughts. Love is a motive.
Love is a
Remember that.
motive. Hold up. I'm just going to be honest here. What does a motive mean?
It's. I believe it's somewhat related to motivation. So like, love is the motivation.
A motive?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought a motive.
Yeah.
A motive is a word?
Oh, love is the motive. Oh, was that saying it too fast? I do that sometimes.
I thought you said love is a motive.
Oh,
Like a motive is a motive a word?
Oh.
A motive?
Ah.
I thought there was a word spelt like EMOTIVE.
Oh.
Bro, Shiblutu.
I see. But now we're here.
Love is a motive.
Love is the motive.
Love is the motive.
So like, when you're living your life, you know, everyone's like, what should I say? What should I do?
Mm-hmm.
What's the most loving thing I could do right now? That's how you should live, in my
Shiblutu.
opinion.
Yeah. Bro, that's an example right there where 2017 Brandon would have been, you know, I don't want to look dumb in this situation. I don't know what a motive it means. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to rewatch this later and be like, Brandon, you're a bitch for not asking what that meant. Because you were too insecure to look dumb.
Yes. New
Knowledge.
Brandon wins. And old Devante would be like, damn, I can't English. But now I'm like, fogalulu.
Fogalulu. It's ironic because you said a made up word. I can't English. Fogalulu. If you guys haven't caught on already, Fogalulu is just another variation of Shiblutu. It's like how a sandwich is a sandwich, but you get different variations of sandwiches. You got a PB&J.
Yep.
You get a salami sandwich. You get a BMT.
Baloney.
So like bologna
Yeah.
and Fogalulu is like, what is Fogalulu like?
Fogalulu.
Is he like the swaggy cousin of Shiblutu?
Fogalulu.
Is he the one that just like, he's the older cousin that just like breaks all the fucking rules? He don't give a fuck. He pulls up to the family reunion like, late as fuck.
Yeah.
He's got like a loud monster truck. He don't
Yeah.
give a fuck. He's just like, fuck a la.
Fogalala.
Fuck a la.
Fogalala.
Sometimes when I'm feeling spicy, I put a sh in front of that. Sh fuck a la.
Fogalala. Ooh, that's a good one.
Sh fuck a la.
Mm-hmm. It's got best for everything.
La to who?
Lil to her. Lil to her just falls up high.
Yeah, he's just like, what up, man?
Goes to the wrong house.
Yeah, he pulls up to the wrong house, but he don't give a fuck. He's like, look to hood, this is my new family now.
Yeah. Lil to her.
Look to hood. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're done here.
Yeah, we're done. All right, guys. Thanks for listening or watching or whatever. If you enjoyed it, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, rate us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or whatever you're listening to us on. Share it. Do whatever you want to do. If you didn't like it, you don't got to do it because you're Shibloo. You can do whatever you want. Shibloo. But if you want to spread more Shibloo energy into the universe like we do, feel free to do those things. But it's unconditional love. We're just giving love. We're not expecting anything back. So you could give us some fucking dislikes if you want it, bro. We still gonna do us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, on that note, you guys know where to follow us. If you don't, we'll put it in the description. On that note, should we close it out?
I think we should.
Remember, guys, I think we should add this to our outro.
Yeah?
Remember, guys, love is a motive. Or should we make up the word emotive now?
It's the motive.
Fuck!
Love is the
Fuck! I'm fucking it up! Ah! I feel like it has to be emotive now.
emotive. Fuck it.
A new word. Otherwise, we're stealing it from
You're right.
from what's the homie's name again?
Towels.
Towels.
Yeah.
Shout out Towels.
Shout out Towels.
Love is a motive,
Love is a motive.
and everything's connected.
Everything's connected.
Because-
Wait.
Huh?
Wait a second.
Wait, I was about to close.
Hold on.
What? What?
Nah.
Bro,
you
can't do
People use other people's lines all the time.
Huh?
People use other people's lines
Yeah,
all
you're
the
right.
time.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, love is the motive.
But-
Motive. He doesn't say the, right? He says the.
It's actually love is the motive forever. But
Love
know.
is the motive.
I feel like, yeah, love is the motive gets the point across.
Should we say love is the motive?
Whatever you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying?
What do you feel, man? This is shit and blah, you know? It's not just blah.
Blur.
You think it's love is the motive? Because everything's connected. Because you're Shibloo. Fuck it.
Peace.
Peace out, homies and homettes.
Shiblet.
Shibloo to him.
Oh,
Man,
yeah.
I cried like a little bitch. No, I was acting.
My heart, man.
My heart. That was a good episode.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
That was great. That was fucking fun.